What's up, everybody? Tonight we're going to be making spaghetti Olio, or spaghetti with garlic and oil. Now before we go over to the stove and start cooking, let's get our chopping done over at the chopping block. Cheers. So we got our extra virgin olive oil, and our next main ingredient will be our garlic. I'm going to use 2 cloves because I'm going to make enough for 2 portions of pasta. All I'm going to do is slice that up. And there's not going to be a lot of prep for this dish, and it's really fast to cook, which is why this is a very popular midnight pasta dish, it's also called, or a late night pasta dish Italians like to make. Garlic, set that to the side. This is optional. We got a Serrano pepper. I'm just going to slice up half of that. You could also use crushed red pepper or the chili of your choice. And for that 2 portions, I'm going to be using 6 ounces of dried spaghetti, which seems to be good for me and my wife. I got some parsley. That's about 5 stalks of parsley. Pick the leaves off. I'm just going to give that a rough chop. Not going to go too crazy. That's good there. And also, not going to chop them, but also not going to discard them. I got the stems from those parsley. We're going to fry that up with the garlic, getting a lot of nice flavor out of that. Now it's time to head over to the stove. First thing we're going to do with the stove, turn our pasta water on. Now we are not going to salt that water, and you'll see why in a minute. But we're going to let that come to a boil and start our sauce. I got my sauté pan getting hot over here, about medium heat, medium low. We're going to go nice and slow for this. To that, I'll add half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. And I said a sauce earlier, it's more of an emulsion, because all we're going to be using is pasta water, which we're going to cook this kind of like a risotto, so that we can pull all the starch from the pasta into our pan with our oil. To that, I'm going to add my garlic and my Serrano pepper, and just let that go on medium-low heat. Also going to take those whole parsley stems and throw those in. I'm going to leave those whole so it's easier to pull them out later. We're not going to want that in the finished product. Now I'm just going to cook this real lightly. I don't even want that garlic to brown. Maybe get a little tiny bit golden, but just soften up. So that's looking good. Just been going on low heat while our waters came to a boil. And that is boiling. So let's go on with our spaghetti. Now I'm just going to cook that for 2 minutes in this pot. And then we're going to transfer it over to our pan. Now while our pasta's cooking, we pull out those stems. Try to shake off the garlic. We'll be ready to go. It's been 2 minutes. And what we're looking for is our spaghetti to just get bendy, so it fits in our pan nicely. So I'm just gonna use my tongs to pull that spaghetti out and go into our pan, because we don't want to strain it, because we're going to want to keep that pasta water. We're going to use that in the cooking process still. Okay, so I got all my spaghetti. Now I'm going to turn that up to medium low. I'm going to ladle in a ladle of water at a time. And just keep spinning that around. Just like if I was making a risotto. Just going to cook that while that water evaporates. Pull that starch out of that pasta. It's going to give us a nice sauce. I'll just keep going. Okay, so we're just going to keep stirring and adding a little bit of water at a time until we're at al dente. I'm just about at al dente. I'm going to add a little more water. Also, some salt. And the reason why you don't want to use your salt in your pasta water for this is because you're using that pasta water to cook with. So it's going to be really hard to gauge how much you need. And last but not least, we're going to go in with our chopped parsley. It's just got about 30 seconds to a minute left. We'll be ready to plate it up. And look at that beautiful emulsion with that, all that pasta starch getting in there. That's sexy. Okay, it's almost time to eat. She is there. Spaghetti's nice and al dente. It's nice and creamy. And because we didn't let that garlic brown, you get a lot of garlic, but it's not bitter, it's not overpowering. It's real delicate. We're ready to eat. Let's plate. I'm just gonna take about half of my pasta here. We'll hit that with a couple more slices of that Serrano pepper on top. It's a garnish. With a little more of that fresh parsley. You're ready to go. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope this dish will help with those late night pasta cravings. So don't forget, hit that like and subscribe, and see you next time. Cheers.